Ultra. That might be the worst choice you can make. Here's what actually protects the inner display without cracking under the fold. We're not ranking these 7 by which glass feels toughest. We're ranking them by what they actually cover. Because not one of these protects your inner crease the way people assume glass does. Some are built for the cover screen only. One's a pure privacy film. And the 2 at the very top solve completely different problems. Let's start with the one that's easiest to get confused about. Ferilinso Inside Privacy Screen Protector for Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra 2-pack. Quick correction before we start. This listing isn't the 3-in-1 kit people assume it is when they see the Ferilinso name. That's a different, non-privacy product. What you're actually getting here is the privacy version. A 2-pack of privacy-tinted tempered glass for the cover display, plus 2 sapphire and aluminum alloy camera lens covers. The privacy layer works the way most of these do. Narrow the viewing cone so someone sitting next to you on the train just sees a dark rectangle while your screen looks completely normal head-on. If you're constantly checking your phone in public, that's a real feature, not a gimmick. Here's the catch, and it's the same catch that's going to come up 7 times today. This only covers the cover display and the lenses. There's nothing here for the actual folding panel. No flexible film, no mention of inner screen coverage at all. So if you bought this expecting full phone protection because of how screen protector sounds in the title, you're going to open the box and realize half your phone still has nothing on it. Privacy glass also always trades a little brightness at extreme angles for that darkening effect, which is normal, but worth knowing before you install it. Verdict. Skip this if you wanted an all-in-one kit. That's not what you're buying. But if privacy matters more to you than completeness, and you already have inner panel coverage sorted, it does that one job fine. AUUYYA 3-pack tempered glass screen protector for Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra. This one's refreshingly simple. 3 sheets of 0.26mm 9H tempered glass for the cover display, an oleophobic coating that actually cuts down on fingerprints, and, this matters, the listing specifically says it covers the flat screen area while leaving the edges unobstructed. That's the lip conflict problem solved before it starts. A protector cut with a buffer zone around the bezel isn't going to catch on most case lips and pop up at the corner 3 days in, which is the #1 reason these things end up in a drawer. The catch is that simple also means limited. This is cover screen glass and nothing else. No camera lens covers, no privacy option, no inner panel material. It's also standard rigid tempered glass, which by definition can't go anywhere near the actual fold, since glass doesn't bend. 3 spares is generous, but you're getting 3 of the exact same single surface protector, not 3 different pieces of coverage. Verdict. This is the bargain spares pick. If all you want is a reliable cover screen guard with backups ready to go, and you're sourcing your lens and inner protection separately, it does the job without overcomplicating anything. TOCOL screen protector for Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra 2-pack. TOCOL builds this one around their triple ion exchange glass process, the same hardening method used in some premium tier protectors, and backs it with a 365-day warranty that specifically covers installation mistakes. That last part matters more than it sounds. Bubbling or a botched first attempt is the most common reason people give up on tempered glass, and having a no-questions replacement path removes the risk of wasting your only 2 units on a shaky install. The honest catch? The listing advertises an 8-foot military-grade shatterproof rating and 16,000 scratch resistance, and neither of those is tied to a named third-party standard like MIL-STD-810H. It's TOCOL's own in-house testing language, not an independent certification. Treat those numbers as marketing shorthand for pretty tough, not a lab-verified figure you can compare against a certified competitor. Like the 2 before it, this is also cover screen-only glass. No lens protector, no privacy layer, no inner panel coverage. Verdict. A solid middle-of-the-pack pick. Best for someone who values the install mistake warranty more than bundled extras and who already owns separate lens protection. SiHPuoy screen protector plus camera lens protector for Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra 3-pack. SiHPuoy's listing is explicit that this is cut specifically for the Z Fold 8 Ultra's exact camera housing and cover panel dimensions, not compatible with other models, according to the product page, which is the kind of precision fit language you want to see on a device this new. The box backs that up. 3 cover screen protectors, 3 sapphire construction camera lens covers, cleaning kits, and 1 installation tool, all built around a 30-second auto dust removal tray that aligns everything before you press it down. The catch is in the marketing math. SiHPuoy claims their glass is 4 times the strength of traditional tempered glass, and there's no named independent standard attached to that multiplier. It's a brand comparison, not a lab result you can verify against a competitor's spec sheet. And like literally everything else on this list so far, it's cover screen plus lens coverage only. The inner folding panel is still nobody's job here. Verdict: the most complete cover screen and lens bundle in this entire lineup, and worth it if you want spares of both in one purchase instead of buying them separately. Here's where the list splits in two directions completely. The next two aren't just a brand name jump. One of them isn't even confirmed for the phone in this video's title. Wiaocit Privacy Screen Protector for Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra/Z Fold 7 3-pack. Wiaocit's privacy layer uses a narrow-angle viewing structure with an anti-fingerprint oleophobic coating on top, and it bundles in 3 camera lens protectors, so you're not buying lens coverage separately like you would with the AUUYYA or TOCOL picks. For someone who wants privacy and lens protection handled in a single order, that combination is hard to find elsewhere on this list. Here's the honest catch. The product listing covers both the Z Fold 8 Ultra and the Z Fold 7 on the same page. Shared generation listings like this usually still fit correctly, since the housing dimensions carry over. But privacy layers depend on tighter alignment than clear glass does. A fraction of a millimeter off, and the narrow angle effect shifts. If the listing has a variant selector, confirm you're choosing Z Fold 8 Ultra specifically before you check out. Also worth flagging, Wiaocit's 8,000 plus tests, 0 damaged, and explosion-proof language on the listing is the brand's own claim. There's no independent lab result behind those numbers that we could find. Verdict: the best privacy plus lens combo on this list, as long as you double-check your variant at checkout. Spigen GlasTR Easy Fit Pro Screen Protector, flagged variant. Spigen's Easy Fit Pro system is genuinely well-engineered. A preloaded alignment tray does the positioning for you, so installation is press, slide, done, with a built-in dust removal step and an oleophobic coating on top. It's also optically tuned so it doesn't interfere with the in-display fingerprint sensor, and it's precision cut to sit flush inside most third-party cases without lifting at the edge. Now the catch that actually matters. This specific listing is built for the standard Galaxy Z Fold 8 and the Z Fold 8 Wide, not the Ultra. Spigen does make a version of the Easy Fit Pro that's compatible with the Z Fold 8 Ultra and the older Z Fold 7, but according to Spigen's own compatibility notes, that's a separate listing from the one linked here. The fingerprint sensor cutout and the crease-adjacent measurements aren't identical between the standard Fold 8 and the Ultra, so an off-target cut here could leave a visible gap right along the hinge line instead of a flush finish. Verdict: excellent hardware from a brand with years of foldable-specific engineering behind it. But if you own the Ultra, this exact link isn't the one to buy. Look for the version Spigen explicitly lists as compatible with the Z Fold 8 Ultra before you check out. Spigen GlasTR Easy Fit Optik Pro Camera Lens Protector for Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra/Z Fold 7 2-pack. Unlike the last pick, there's zero variant confusion here. This listing is explicitly titled and built for the Z Fold 8 Ultra and Z Fold 7 camera layout, so what you see is what fits. The two lens covers are 9H plus tempered glass, pre-seated in their own easy fit alignment trays for a simultaneous no guesswork install. And the box includes a dedicated lens removal tool for when you eventually want to swap them out, plus dust removal stickers and a microfiber cloth. The catch is scope, not quality. This is a lens protector, not a screen protector. It solves exactly one of the 3 surfaces this phone needs covered. The cover display and the inner folding panel both still need something else entirely. It's also priced at the premium end of this list for what amounts to 2 small glass rings around your camera housing. Verdict: the most precisely fit, best engineered product in this entire lineup for the one job it's designed to do, which is exactly why it earns the top spot, even though it covers the least surface area of anything here. Pair it with the SiHPuoy bundle, or with the correct ultra-specific version of the Spigen screen protector, and you've got real coverage. So here's how this actually breaks down by what you need. Best Privacy Plus Lens Combo. The Wiaocit 3-pack. Just confirm your variant first. Best all-in-one cover screen and lens bundle. SiHPuoy. Best Budget Spares Pack if you're sourcing lens protection separately. AUUYYA. Best pick if an install mistake warranty matters more to you than extras. TOCOL. Best camera lens protection on the entire list, full stop. The Spigen Optik Pro. And the one to be careful with, The Spigen Easy Fit Pro, linked in this video, is cut for the standard Z Fold 8, not the Ultra. Check the variant before you buy. One last thing worth remembering. None of these 7 products touch the actual folding inner panel. Samsung already applies a flexible film there at the factory, and it's not designed to be peeled off and replaced with tempered glass. Glass can't bend with the fold. If that factory film ever needs replacing, search specifically for an inner flexible TPU film, not a tempered glass protector, because glass on that panel is the mistake we opened this video talking about. Links to everything are down below in the exact order we counted them down, worst to best.